What's going on, guys? Welcome to some more Battlefront beta gameplay. I'm Marksman. So previous video I said I would talk a little bit about how I feel about Hoth and some more impressions. This is my first game. This is some footage of my first game on Hoth, spawned in as an Empire, and I have to say that them going and looking at the stuff at LucasArts really helped create a realistic experience of what the Star Wars field, or really what the battlefields in Star Wars would actually look like in Battlefront. That was kind of cross branding, cross promotioning right there, but it's pretty solid. I've been in several games already where nobody knows what they're doing. It took me about 2 games to figure out what actually to do, which is fine with me because it's just kind of breaking in a new experience. There are several moments that feel like Battlefield, but other than that, I personally think it's very differently worked, and it feels different. The third person is solid. It can fuck you over sometimes, but man, is it solid. I think you'll notice several times I'll take a bunch of clips. And I couldn't help but taking a clip from my friends just showing Vader just struggling to get by. And I thought it was pretty funny as I die again. I'm going to be dying quite a bit in this video. I'll have another video coming out, a little bit more post-commentary-ish. But this map is amazing. I've really enjoyed going through the hallways of Hoth and kind of experiencing what was in the movies. You really do feel like you're actually there, which is definitely a good thing. I know several times in the old ones, and I'm not going to make any comparisons because this one, first and foremost, is a spiritual successor, kind of like how Dark Souls was the spiritual successor to Demon Souls, and you really can't compare the two because there shouldn't be a comparison made, but that's how I personally feel. You know, it does feel a lot like Star Wars, and in the way like realistic or whatever. You know, there were several moments in the old ones that it didn't really feel too realistic. It was very arcadish, but that's okay. I mean, that's what they're for. I mean, that's the whole point, living out your fantasies in Battlefront and for Star Wars. And I think there's a good bridge between the two. One, you know, the series made by Pandemic, and then the series now made by DICE. Well, this one's the only one, but you know, I assume there's gonna be another one coming out, and I think the one thing I have to say about the beta is you have to get into the air. You absolutely have to drive a X-Wing or a TIE Fighter. I almost killed myself right there with a implosion device, and it's kind of embarrassing, but you know what? It's okay. You have to get into a TIE Fighter or into an X-Wing. You experience the battle a lot more from above, and that's kind of hard to believe, but that's where the battle on this map is won. And I was talking about how people don't know what they're doing. It takes a little bit of time to adjust to it because it does feel kind of different, and so you have to get these uplinks and have them do their time stuff until you get enough Y-wings. Whenever the AT-AT hits the little circle, once they hit that, your Y-wings get called in, and you need to focus all your fire onto the AT-ATs if you're a rebel. Imperials, you pretty much just gotta stop them from getting all their uplinks and as many Y-wings as they can, because the Y-wing bombers, as many as they get, will dictate how long your AT-AT shields are down, and if the enemy has any X-wings in the air, or even A-wings, or even snow speeders in the air, your AT-ATs will fall very quickly. Earlier today, I led a pretty awesome assault. Oh, that guy just died. I led a pretty awesome assault in the air. Me and this other guy were in X-wings, and we took down both AT-ATs by the second uplink. And it was just like one of those kind of moments where like you can tell that you're just a badass in that particular server, and it felt pretty awesome to be able to experience that and do good. The DE9 or DF9s were amazing. Switching over to the Rebel side, the difference in guns is pretty epic. I actually get a snow speeder here. This is probably the most proud achievement I've had on Battlefront in a while, because I felt like I was Luke at this particular moment. Alright, so I'm driving the snow speeder. If anybody's seen the movies, which I hope you all have, you know what you're supposed to do to the AT-ATs. So I was like, all right, we only have 2 bombing runs. This is only my second time. This is my first time ever playing as the Rebel, so I didn't know what to do. And I only seen on the video you could even do this. So we got the defend the uplinks, and I get the timer that the Y-wing stuff is about to come in. I'm like, okay, so does that mean I can? If the Y-wings come in, does that mean I need to? I almost crashed right there. I mean, I need to wait for the shields to go down for me to be able to wrap them up. So I go over here and I wrap up the AT-AT, and I was like, oh man, this is so much. This is actually easier than it was in Battlefront, where you have to switch cameras and just hope to God that you just don't die in the between while you're piloting your secondary pilot's your screen. But I make the thing crash, cuts off a little bit of the actual trench warfare that was going on, but we're gonna lose anyways because we didn't get him down. But that kind of moment is what I've experienced in the beta so far, and even though we lost, it gave me one of those moments that I think I will always remember as I continue to play the game. It's like, wow, my first time ever playing as Rebel, I got to wrap up an AT-AT and got to take it out and have some fun. And I think it's about my 4th or 5th game playing. I kind of already knew what I was doing. I have the sniper rifle, I have thermal detonators, I have a rocket launcher. So these experiences is my impression already of the beta, is that these experiences have already happened for me, and that's something that's kind of cool. I always loved doing that in the old games, and being able to wrap up an AT-AT in this game, it's brought kind of back memories of the pain and suffering that used to happen to actually get it to actually work back in the old days. So I've enjoyed it so far. I think I'm waiting for the release already. Too bad it comes out a week after Fallout. That won't dictate how much I play it, but it does kind of creep in the back of my mind, like that's a nice thing to go back on once Fallout comes out. I tell you what, the authenticity of the stormtroopers and the rebels are amazing. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Right here is probably one of my favorite moments as well. Guy walks into thermal detonator, he's dead. Bada boom, bada bang. Me and Mark were just wrecking, trying to keep this uplink down as long as we could, and I ended up dying, but it's okay. We're doing our job. There's several places that you can camp on this map, and I'm excited that you can actually camp again in a game. It's been a while. Battlefield you can, Call of Duty you really can't anymore because of Ghost, but these are just all my expression. These are just all my interpretation of what I've already played in the game, and I've played quite a bit. I think I've already put 5 hours into the beta, and that's 5 hours of in-game time, not just being on there. But I've really experienced this. Like I said, get into the year if you can. That's how you experience the game to me already. I think until you get into the year, you really can't draw any conclusions. It's super solid. I just added this clip in there because I thought it was kind of funny. So I'm flying around. I'm terrible at it. Can't wait for Fighter Squadron. Game ends, but I can't control my guy, so I end up dying, running into a mountain. But it's a good game, good beta. Try it out if you haven't done it. I'll see you guys next time in my next video. But as always, guys, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. Bye.